Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we were wondering if there's going to be a workaround in states like Florida about the no vaccine, that they're, requiring a vaccine, proof of vaccine. The governor there says he doesn't want that. He doesn't believe in that, but he's a big proponent of the cruise ships. So is there going to be a workaround? Is there going to be... Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be a workaround. So today, Monday, May the 3rd, Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, signed into legislation the bill that will prohibit vaccine passports from business, government, and schools requiring proof of vaccination of any kind, which, as you know, is going to be making it a little more difficult for the cruise lines to restart in Florida. The CDC has already said that if you have 95% of the passengers, 98% of the crew vaccinated, you can skip a whole segment of the framework for sailing. You don't have to get test cruises. You don't have to get volunteers flown in and onto your ships and test all this. You can skip that whole thing if you do vaccinated cruises. So the cruise lines, I imagine, were hoping that they could go this route. You now have, Galveston, Texas, Miami Port, and you have Port Canaveral, you have Mobile, Alabama. All these places are vaccinating crew members now on the ships. It looks like they're trying to get ready to do exactly that. And then this bill gets officially signed in, that takes into effect on July 1st, that you cannot ask for passports from the businesses. Now, the next question is there still a workaround? If you are a business that operates throughout the entire United States and you go online and you're booking a cruise out of Florida, and when you're online it says, please enter in your vaccination number and information, and then brings you to the booking, would that bypass this law? Because you're not going to be asking for the proof at the port. You're going to have to provide the proof before you even book the cruise. And since some states do have that in law saying you can do that, is that a workaround? Does it become federal more than state? It's governments ruin everything, and it doesn't matter which side you're on, right? It's just more loopholes and more hoops to jump and more things like that. I wish we could just have one set of rules for everywhere. It would be so nice, right? But there's where we stand right now. This has now gone into effect, which means when you show up to the cruise port, right now, they cannot ask you for proof of a vaccine or vaccination, which makes it harder for the cruise lines to start up in the shorter frame of timeline. And you may say it doesn't sound like a big deal, so you can still start, but it's going to take longer. Think of how long it might take to round up volunteers, go through the procedures that the CDC wants you to run those test cruises on, get them approved. If something happens and they say, well, you need to do this, and they have to make you redo your test cruises, you have to get more volunteers to come in and do those ships, and you have to do it for every single ship that you want to start sailing out of. That can take a long time. That can build up to another couple months worth of work. Whereas if you just said, okay, for now, for the first 4 months, we're only offering vaccinated cruises, and they could just basically get the ship in, get the port authority sign off, and boom, they're ready to cruise. So much faster. I'm glad Florida's open up. I'm glad you can go to the amusement parks. What you can't do right now, though, is go on a cruise, and this new legislation is going to take it a little bit longer to do, unless they can bypass it by adding it to their website. That could be an option that could still be to come. Well, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think this is going to slow down the cruising restart in Florida? Do you think they're laying, we have lawsuits now, we have all this other stuff. Two suits in the legislation going into the Senate have been blocked from passing. One would have helped Alaska start sailing. One was just an overall helping the cruise line start up sailing. Both of them were blocked. So every time things get political, things get blocked, and Once again, now we're debating whether or not vaccine passports are a thing, or even if you're allowed to be vaccinated to get on a cruise and ask for it. Instead of just saying, hey, let's start cruising. Well, hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.